Good morning, everyone. Looking around the room, I can see some unfamiliar faces, so I'll properly introduce myself. My name is Tyler Hendrickson. I'm the manager here at Flight Tech, and I've got something really important I want to talk about this morning. This is something that means a lot to me, and I'll share a couple of personal stories. And at the end, there's an opportunity, a way to give back to your community and strengthen your community. So, first, in 2014, I was working at an Apple store teaching, they were called Today at Apple sessions. They were how to learn how to use the computer and the basics. This particular session was a pretty heavy topic. It was just about higher level word processing. It was a Saturday, very busy in the store, very overstimulating for a lot of folks. And I had an older lady attend the session. She was probably in her 60s, and she was the only attendee that day. So it was just me and her talking, a little more informal than the full presentation. And we get about 20 minutes in, and I notice that she's not really responding to my comments as much, and she seems to be kind of glossed over just a little bit. If I repeated myself a few times, she would kind of respond. But she started to get sweaty and even more quiet. And then her head started to dip down, and I checked in on her. I said, "Are you okay?" She didn't respond. And then she started to almost fall out of her chair. So I helped her onto the floor, and thank goodness we had some police officers there at the time. And I called them over, and apparently she was going into cardiac arrest. They performed CPR on her, and then eventually the first responders showed up, and after all that, she survived. A really unfortunate event, but a happy ending. Another quick story is one related to my uncle. He was a healthy guy in his 40s. He would cycle every morning. He lives out in California. He did. And him and his son, who was about 12 at the time, were riding through a little bit of a rougher terrain. And as they're riding, all of a sudden, he just falls over to his side. His son hits the brakes, runs over to him. Another instance where he was going into cardiac arrest. They didn't have cell service. His son didn't know how to perform CPR, and unfortunately, he passed away. So two very different stories, all related around performing CPR, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So, according to an article in 2023 from the WVU Medicine, a recent study suggests that less than half of those who suffer from cardiac arrest receive any type of CPR assistance from a bystander. So less than half, 50%, less than 50% of people, either they don't know how to perform CPR, or there's a reason that they're not. Maybe they call 911. Another thing for you here, according to Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, in October 21, about 350,000 cardiac arrests happens outside of hospitals each year, and about 7 in 10 of those happen at home. So 7 out of 10 happen at home, and these are the people that mean the most to us, our dearest loved ones. And then finally, Rhode Island Medical Journal, November 2022, states fewer than 15% of people who have out-of-hospital cardiac arrest survive, but chances of survival can be tripled with effective bystander CPR. So all of these facts have to do with being comfortable and knowing how to perform CPR. If you're ever in an instance where you think that needs to be done, it's always important to call 911 for your next steps and to get medical attention on the way. But knowing how to do CPR is the core of this conversation today. So here at Flight Tech, we're offering an opportunity for you to learn how to do that. We'll be giving you paid time off and paying for the course to learn CPR. And the reason we're doing this is based on those facts there. Just knowing how to do it can save a life, and it doesn't have to be directly related to work. So if you ever need to perform this at work, you'll be prepared. If you ever are out and see someone struggling, or at home, this is something that you'll be able to have a skill around and be able to do. It's really important to us here, and we'd like to get you all to sign up today if you're willing to learn how to do this. and let me know. Let's connect. Have a great day.